For years, Boruto Uzumaki, he dreamed of following in Sasuke Uchiha's footsteps, but when that day finally came, it wasn't a dream. Instead, it was a nightmare. Sasuke no longer remembered him as being Naruto's child. The man who Boruto idolized now believed he was training the very boy who stole everything from him. He believed that Boruto was Naruto's killer. And yet, Sasuke, in the eyes of everyone in the village, still chose to walk beside him as a rogue ninja. This is a heartbreaking evolution of their bond during the time skip between Boruto Naruto Next Generations and Boruto 2 Blue Vortex. A master and student torn apart by omnipotence, forced to rebuild their connection from nothing, one day at a time. Join me in today's newest Naruto Explained video where we take a look at the confirmed change of the relationship with Boruto and Sasuke via the Boruto illustrator Mikio Ikemoto, revealing more details of what happened during that 1 year where Boruto and Sasuke survived together as rogue ninjas before Sasuke was ultimately defeated by Code. As previously stated, there was quite a bit of lore dumped onto us that adds some much appreciated context to the world building in the Boruto era, and it fills in some of the gaps, but thankfully we've covered almost everything, so tomorrow's video should be the last one because, being blunt, the section on Ada's character and the section on Kawaki wasn't much of any real interest to me personally, and I don't feel either is worthy of their own video. Though there is some cultural stuff with Kawaki that is a little interesting, but again, I don't think it's enough for a video. So we first have to start with the whole meaning behind master. So in a recent Q&A celebrating the 9th anniversary of Boruto as a monthly manga, illustrator Mikio Ikemoto dropped the bombshell. He revealed why Boruto truly began calling Sasuke master after the time skip and how their relationship changed, and his words, they're pretty clear. He said, quote, Boruto feels their teacher and student bond far more keenly after Sasuke goes rogue from the village with him. Boruto's the type to act on his thoughts and switches to calling him master the very next day. At first, Sasuke, he wasn't too fond of that title change, but he can't deny that it is, in fact, true. So he eventually grows to and eventually accepts it and gets used to it. End quote. But this isn't just a cosmetic title. It's really a scar when you take everything into consideration. It is a marker of everything that Boruto's lost. He's no longer Sasuke's student in name. He's fighting every day to become it again and again inside of Sasuke's heart. The word master here is both a respect as well as an unspoken plea. Remember me as your student. It's a cry for something familiar and a world that has ultimately forgotten him. What were the first words that Boruto said to Sasuke when Sasuke saved Boruto before Momoshiki took over and was going to kill the members of Team 10? Boruto said, Uncle Sasuke. That was a plea. Boruto was scared and alone at that point. He's scared and alone, not in a literal sense when he's traveling with Sasuke, but at the end of the day, he is alone in the sense that Sasuke's memories have been altered. And that brings us to the next part of this, which is Sasuke's lost memories and the silent trust that has to be rebuilt every single day, and how this does signify the end of the Boruto and Sasuke relationship as we knew it, and how it's transforming into something even better. So omnipotence, as we all know, it rewrote the world. To Sasuke, Boruto Uzumaki, he became the enemy. He's the boy who Naruto adopted. He's the boy who everyone believed killed Naruto Uzumaki. His brother in arms, his friend, the Hokage, the guy who saved the ninja world multiple times over. And yet, when Sarada begged him to believe in Boruto, something inside of him broke through. He trusted her because she awakened the Mangekyo Sharingan. That trust, it didn't necessarily come from logic. It came from love. That kind of unshakable love that only years of suffering and growth could ever truly forge. Because especially when you read a lot of the light novels, Sasuke and that Sarada relationship, it hits a lot differently when you have that context, especially again, the light novels set in that Boruto era. Sasuke Uchiha, the guy who once fell into the darkness, who once betrayed the village himself, now put his faith in a child's words. Not only did he spare Boruto, he chose to travel with him, train with him, protect him. he chose to once again be branded a rogue ninja and ironically fall into the footsteps of his brother Itachi, who was branded a rogue ninja. Even though Itachi was protecting the village, Sasuke in so many ways was doing the same thing. It's one of the most profound signs of growth that Sasuke's ever shown. This brings us to the next point, which is a year of silent suffering. Let this sink in. For over a year, Sasuke had to wander the ninja world side by side with the boy who his memory and all of his information is telling him he killed Naruto. Every single day he has to suppress that pain because in his memory, Boruto is the adopted son of Naruto, not his biological son. So all that anger that he felt after omnipotence that was originally geared towards Kawaki, and then getting the news that Boruto killed Naruto, anger that should be directed at Kawaki, it was Boruto's. And as we've seen with omnipotence, even people know the truth, they have to constantly, every single day, suppress the urge to believe their memories. Every single day he has to wrestle with the wrongness that he quite can't name, because even the very concept of omnipotence doesn't stick in the minds of people, as we were told in the manga. Every day he trains Boruto, not out of blind duty, but because something deep within him knows that this boy, despite what his memories are saying, his daughter's right. This boy's not the enemy. This is truly agony, and it is very heartbreaking for Sasuke, especially when you consider how much Sasuke has lost and the fact that his own memories at this point can't even be trusted. It's a truly tragic situation, and for Boruto, it's not any better when you think about it. He's walking beside the man that he once idolized since childhood, but does that man truly remember their bond? He doesn't. He doesn't remember their laughs. He doesn't remember the training they had together. He doesn't remember their shared pain. Boruto finally got what he always wanted, to be Sasuke's true disciple, to travel the ninja world with him, to pick his brain, but it came at the cost of everything else. Now, every lesson, every sparring match, every quiet night at the fire is a step towards rebuilding something that may never truly be whole again, especially when, again, you consider the fact that as Sasuke and Boruto are sitting at the campfire, he's looking across that fire at the face of someone he believes who killed Naruto. Now, the reason why this matters is basically a setup for Sasuke's endgame when you think about it. This tragic dynamic, it isn't just a beautiful character arc. It's truly a foreshadowing. Sasuke's redemption, it is nearing its final chapter when you think about it. He's already given Boruto his sword, albeit not by choice. And he's given him his headband. He's given him his teachings. He's given him his ninja way. He's also given him his entire ninja arsenal, save for the jutsu that require the Sharingan. And soon, he may have to give his life. He may not have to give his life, but he did give up his ability to see his daughter again for an extended period of time because he fell in the battle with Code. When that time comes, say if Sasuke dies, he is not going to die as a rogue ninja. He's not going to die as a traitor. He's going to die as a master. And even if he doesn't die, the fact that he was sealed in that tree, all of those things still apply. It wasn't as a rogue ninja. It was not as a traitor. It was as a master protecting his student. It was as a father protecting his daughter from afar. Sasuke, in so many ways, he's been set up to pass on the torch. And by entrusting his daughter to the boy that the world forgot, that is the ultimate sign of faith. That sacrifice, it will not only be the peak and the resolution of Sasuke's growth in the Boruto era, but it will also be the final proof that love, even when erased, it truly leaves an echo. And for a guy like Sasuke who lost everything in the ninja world, for a guy like Sasuke who was a victim of the shinobi system, the fact that he is capable of coming to a conclusion like this, it speaks volumes about the character arc and journey of the character. Sasuke has truly become somebody who is a good representation of what Tobirama meant when he said that the Uchiha feel love on a level that is much different than any other clan. Sasuke has finally become the type of shinobi that Itachi would definitely be proud of, the type of shinobi that Itachi always wanted him to be. This is a beautiful full circle moment for Sasuke. I know that's something hard to swallow because Rinnegan went poke, but It's not all about destructive powers, not all about shiny magical eyes and etc. Because Sasuke's character arc, it all started before he had any of those things. So it is poetic that we've come full circle to that. In this world that is rewritten by lies, you had two souls traveling side by side, wandering side by side for an entire year together. One forgot the world as it was, and the other one is cursed with the burden of having remembered everything and yet being unable to restore things in the way that they once were. Boruto and Sasuke's bond is no longer about the past that they once shared. That past is something that Sasuke can't remember. Instead, it was about forging something stronger. It was about forging a new bond through the pain that they're going through right now, through the exile they're going through the sacrifice that Sasuke eventually had to make to protect Boruto, and finally through the belief that Sasuke placed into Boruto and Sarada. And that's a full circle moment when you consider the fact that when we first met Sasuke, Sasuke was somebody who did not like to put faith in others. Sasuke was not a team player. And at the end of all this, that bond with Boruto and Sasuke, that bond with Sasuke and Sarada, it's a cornerstone of the future that Boruto's trying to protect. Sasuke's not in the story right now, and yet his presence, it is still there. Because no matter what the world says, Boruto is Sasuke's student, and Sasuke is his master. If this bit of prose definitely moved you, be sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment. Do you think Sasuke will live to see peace, or will this be the final lesson that he gives? Will he never get out of that tree? Until next time, stay strong and protect your bonds, and click here on the left to check out Naruto Explained videos, or click here on the right to check out videos on my other two anime channels.